Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm officially 10 weeks out and now the fun begins. The hardeners are in and I'm getting into that prep groove again. I'm getting euphoric feelings. Euphoric feeling every time I wake up in the morning. I'm just ready, to go and start my day. I need to do my cardio, I need to take my fat burners, my medication, everything. Let's just go, go, go. And that's how I am throughout the whole day. And then around 2 to 3 hours before I go to bed, I get hit with all that fatigue that I don't like that word, but yeah, let's say fatigue that I've accumulated throughout the day hits me. And then I'm just, chilling, eating my last two meals and a little bit of posing. Yeah, I also like to pose in the evening with my stomach full of food, because if I can pose with my stomach full of food and I can pull vacuum with my stomach full of food, that means it will be much easier for me to pose on stage, because let's be real, when you get on stage, your stomach, I mean, it won't be full but that day, but it's still, you were loading up with the food for the past 2 days, so it won't be completely empty like it is, deep into prep when you're having to dig like 2 weeks maybe without a refeed or even three. So yeah, that's just my way of thinking about it. But yeah, let's touch on the topic of the morning fat burners that I'm using right now. So I'm using Yohimbine, uh, also known, not also known. I'm using Ravulsin alpha Yohimbine, 2.5 milligrams. That's the most I can tolerate. It hypes me up too much. I don't know. I just get jittery feeling if I take too much of it. So yeah, I'm just sticking with the 2.5 milligrams of that. I also take injectable L-carnitine, 250 mgs in the morning. I take SLU, 600 mcgs in the morning before my fasted cardio. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a GH in my system, but from the evening shot, I think it's still lingering in my system. I don't take it in the morning fasted because I'm immediately, going and doing my cardio. As soon as I wake up, I have like 30 minutes of just reflecting on life, drinking water, sitting on my balcony, looking at the sky, getting that morning sunlight in. And after like 30 minutes since I've woken up, I'm already on the bike or on the treadmill doing my cardio. And if you take GH for the fat burning effects, if you take it time, you still need to wait like 1 to 2 hours until it hits its peak. So yeah, and if you take it sub-Q, it's like 3 to 4 hours until it hits its peak. So I don't think there's not much of a point of taking it early in the morning. Maybe pre-gym, like 2 hours pre-gym, that's a better option for me. Oopsie, almost. That's a better alternative for me. Hopefully I'm in the shot. That's it when it comes to fat burners. I don't drink coffee before my cardio because I started taking thyroid meds, to be specific T4, and that's one of the mistakes a lot of guys make. They take their T4 and they drink their coffee. You have to be completely fasted to only water. No coffee, no food, at least 1 hour. That's the ideal scenario for me. To separate your T4 thyroid meds from the coffee and the food. So yeah, that's the schedule right now. That's all the fat burners that I take in the morning. Still no clen in the plan. Not needed yet. Body fat is dropping nicely. Oh yeah, and I started taking Mozi. I forgot. I'm on 1 mg. Oh my god, freaking camera. I'm taking Mozi 1 mg a day, and I can feel it already. Working, giving me that energy. So yeah, but I don't look at Mozi as like a fat burner. It's mostly like a energy booster for me. With Mozi, that wraps up the whole fat burning stack in the morning, and then after I eat my meal one, then I take my coffee. drink my coffee, if you count that as a fat burner, you know, caffeine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Today I'm hitting arm day, so I'm gonna take you through some part of the workout, film a couple of sets, see what's up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, I just got to the gym, so let's head in and let's train. Okay, starting off the workout with biceps. I need to work on my biceps more than my triceps, so that's why I always like to do biceps first, completely destroy them, and then move on to some triceps. So here I'm doing 3 sets, preacher curls, all to failure. I'm aiming for like 8 reps at the bottom and then 15 tops. If I get sometimes 20 reps, which doesn't happen often, I'm still okay with it, but I don't want to go below 8, and like 20 is my top range. And also, one thing that I made, like one change that I made to my arm training is no intensifiers. I don't do any drop sets, I don't do any rest pause, cluster sets, none of that. I realized that for me, I need to have like a lot of energy and a lot of focus for every set of my arms, because that's my lagging body part, and I need all the energy and focus, like I already said, to improve them. So I just like to do straight sets until failure, and that's it. I would rather rest up and then do another set than throw in a rest pause or a drop set. So let's go. Okay, next up, easy bar curls. I like to go close grip here. One thing I've realized with my bicep training is if I go like shoulder width apart when I'm training my biceps, all that I feel is my forearms. So close grip works much better for me, and that's what I'm always trying to do. You know, if I'm doing any type of with a easy bar or like a straight bar, I always try to go in close grip, like as close as I can, and that hits my biceps much better. So here I'm doing same thing, 3 sets, 8 to 15 is the goal. Let's go. Oh. 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 Okay. Okay, last one for biceps before I move on to some triceps. Hammer curls, same thing, 3 sets, 8 to 15. And after this, I mean after triceps, I will still have some extra forearm work, like direct forearm work, wrist curls for the top, like this type of a wrist curl, and underhand grip wrist curls for both sides of the forearms. But I'll do that at the end of the session. Okay. Same thing for triceps, 3 sets, 8 to 15. Starting off with some tricep push downs. And after this one, I will go and do something like an overhead, like a skull crusher or overhead tricep extension. That's what I always like to do. I like to mix it up. First, pressing something down in front of me, and then above the head, hitting all the angles. change of plans. Second exercise is a cross body tricep extension using two cables, both arms at the same time. I like this exercise. I don't have this machinery, this cable station, the narrow cable station at my gym. So whenever I'm here, I really like to use this one. And then I'm gonna finish off with some overhead stuff. Same thing, man. 3 sets, 8 to 15. Okay, last one for the triceps. Overhead rope extensions. Same thing, man. 3 sets, 8 to 15. No intensifiers, nothing. None of that stuff. Forearms. Whew, let's go. Oh. 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 Yo, workout done. After I finished tries, I did like a 4 exercise rotation. I did wrist curls for the top of the forearm. Then I went into lower back extensions on a hyperextension machine. Again, wrist curls for the inner part, the forearm. And last exercise was hanging leg raises. I like to do that at the end, abs and a little bit of lower back. And sometimes I throw in glutes, the abduction machine, because that's where I hold most of my body fat, not so much in the glutes, but in the lower back and the lower abs area especially. So I like to hit that often, a couple of times a week at the end of my session, just to get some blood flow there. And in my opinion, and in my coach's opinion, it's easier to burn body fat like that. This is all bro science, but bro science works. And if you're having like a stubborn body fat area, if that's your glutes, do some glutes almost at the end of every session. Nothing too heavy, nothing too crazy. 20, 30 rep sets, just get some blood flow there, get a nice pump. And I think honestly that will help you, get that body part shredded. It works for me. I see it in my own results, so give that a shot. It might help you. And especially, at the end of your session when you're doing that and you're having some maybe fat burners in, I am taking SLU, 2 times a day in the morning and pre-gym. So it's in there, it's working, it's melting the body fat. So, I think it really does help if I do that at the end. And also I'm using L-carnitine pre-gym, pre-cardio and pre-gym. So that also is another thing that's helping me burn fat there. And yeah, just even if you're natty, the blood flow there will help you. That's my theory. So yeah, give that a shot. Thank you all so much for watching. That's it for today's video. Like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Thank you. I appreciate every single one of you, everyone who comments, likes, watches even 1 minute of the video. I'm thankful. So yeah, we'll start posting more on YouTube. 10 weeks out. Excited, and see you in the next one. Peace out.